students, welcome to Interklас. Let's learn some English. Today we continue reading a new story written by Jules Verne. Сьогодні ми продовжуємо читати історію, написану Жюль Верном. He wrote more than 60 science fiction and adventure books. Він написав більше 60 науково-фантастичних та пригодницьких книг. He became one of the most famous writers of his time. Він став одним з найвідоміших письменників свого часу. And today we read the second chapter of his most famous book Journey to the Center of the Earth. І сьогодні ми читаємо другий розділ його найвідомішої книги «Подорож до центру Землі». So what will happen in the second chapter? Тож що станеться у другому розділі? Are you eager to know? Ви хочете дізнатись? Let's first look at the words that may be unfamiliar for you. Давайте спочатку переглянемо слова, які можуть бути вам незнайомі. Let's look at the words that we may need in the second chapter. Luggage, багаж, a ship, корабель, to sail, пливти, a mountain, гора, science, наука, a guide, гід, food, їжа, to erupt, виверження, light, світло, luggage, a ship, to sail, a mountain, science, a guide, food, to erupt, light. Now I think you are ready to start reading and listening to this story. Тож тепер давайте читати і слухати цю історію. Enjoy it and be attentive. Насолоджуйтесь та будьте уважними.
Professor Liedenbrock and Axel take a train to Denmark. They've got a lot of luggage. The next day, they arrive in Copenhagen. There, Liedenbrock finds a ship. They sail across the sea to Iceland. Liedenbrock feels bad because there's a storm at sea. On the 13th of June, they arrive in Reykjavik. When they get off the ship, they can see a mountain.
Look! Over there, Axel!
The professor says excitedly.
That's Snæfell's!
Many people come to see the boat arrive. The professor and Axel meet a science teacher. His name is Mr. Fredriksson.
You can stay at my house,
He says. In the evening, the professor and Fredriksson talk about Iceland.
There are lots of interesting things for a scientist to see in Iceland.
Says Fredriksson.
Really?
Answers the professor. He doesn't want to tell Fredriksson about his plan.
Yes. Do you know Snæfell's?
Asks Fredriksson.
It's a volcano.
A volcano? That is interesting. Nephew, we must visit this Snæfell's mountain.
You can go there on foot, but you need a guide.
says Fredrickson.
I know a very good man. We can meet him tomorrow.
The next morning, they meet Hans Bielke.
Can you be our guide and take us to Snæfell's?
Asks the professor.
We must arrive there before the 30th of this month.
Yes,
Answers Hans.
I can.
Soon their luggage is ready. They take a lot of food and water with them. On the 16th of June, they leave Reykjavik. Lidenbrock and Axel are on horses. Hans walks in front, and 2 more horses take the luggage. One week later, they are near Snæfell's.
It's an old volcano, but old volcanoes sometimes erupt too,
Thinks Axel.
Snæfell's has 2 tops.
Says the professor.
And we're going to the top of Skartaris. Over there.
They leave the horses and begin to go up the mountain. Axel soon feels tired, but the professor is excited, and he stays not far behind Hans. When they arrive at the top of Skartaris, they are cold, hungry, and very tired. It's midnight, but they can see the light of the sun in the sky. The next morning, Professor Lidenbrock speaks quietly to Hans.
Axel and I are looking for the center of the earth. Do you want to come with us?
Yes.
Says Hans, and the 3 men begin to go down into the crater.
After reading this chapter, you will have a task. Після прочитання цього розділу ви маєте завдання. Let's check how you understood the story and how you remember new words. Давайте перевіримо, як ви зрозуміли цю історію і пам'ятаєте нові слова. Be attentive. Будьте уважними. Put the sentences in the correct order. When they arrive in Reykjavik, they meet Mr. Fredrickson. The next day they begin to climb down the crater. They sail from Copenhagen to Iceland. They climb to the top of Skartaris. Professor Lidenbrock and Axel take a train from Hamburg to Copenhagen. They begin the journey to Snæfell's with Hans on the 16th of June. In the evening, they talk about Snæfell's with Mr. Fredrickson. So the first event is Professor Lidenbrock and Axel take a train from Hamburg to Copenhagen. What happens next? Secondly, they sail from Copenhagen to Iceland. Thirdly, when they arrive in Reykjavik, they meet Mr. Fridriksson. Fourthly, in the evening they talk about Snuffles with Mr. Fridriksson. After that, they begin their journey to Snuffles with Hans on the 16th of June. Then they climb to the top of Skartaris. And finally, the next day they begin to climb down the crater. Use the clues to complete the crossword. For example, a very bad weather is a storm. We eat this. It's food. You take this on a journey, a name for all your bags. It's luggage. Everest is the tallest of all. It's a mountain. Volcanoes do this. Erupt. This person knows a country or town very well and can take you here and there in it. A guide. When you go up a hill or a mountain, in the end you arrive at this. It's top. In this you learn about the earth, water, the sky, the sun, flowers, trees and people. Science. To move across the sea in an old ship. Sail. Well done! It's time to finish our lesson and have some rest. See you in a week, take care and goodbye!
Hi everyone, my name is Alexey and this is 10 Time with Interklас. Actually today we are going to talk about money. Coming up in the following videos, English vocabulary about money and why people call sometimes dollars bucks, and moreover, you are going to get information about English currency, so you have to watch this presentation attentively, don't waste your time, and let's get started. As early as 9000 before Christ, both grain and cattle were used as money or as barter. For example, in ancient China, Africa and India, they used cowrie shells. Later people used banknotes, and more information we have in the following presentation: how people used money and why money became so popular around the world. This video presentation is going to boost your vocabulary. Moreover, you will learn some new words, a cash dispenser or a deposit. So watch attentively if you want to know more about money. Actually, you know the official currency of the United Kingdom is pound sterling. Why is it called so? And more information you will see in the following video presentation. Okay, you've done a lot of work today. You know the origin of money. You boost your vocabulary and have some information about English money. So have successful English classes. Take care and goodbye.